Hello and welcome class to another episode of Velocity Banking for my West Coast middle class. You'll catch that in a minute. All right. We are going to be serving a gentleman, a business owner in California. Okay, he's in the construction business. He is a tier 3 contributor, so I want to thank him personally for contributing to the channel, helping me grow as a man, helping me establish my own kingdom so that I can have the ability to help establish other kingdoms all across the United States, because that's what it's about. You got to get your kingdom in order. You got to understand this message. If you're not getting what I'm saying and it's flying over your head, you need to keep watching. You need to keep engaging. You need to ask questions. You need to reach out to me. You need to work with me, okay? Because this message is so powerful. The kingdom, it's so powerful. This isn't religion. This isn't a cult. This isn't, your normal culture. No, this is something way more valuable. It's a message that all across America really, really needs to understand. That deep down, there's a king inside of you, inside of this man right here, inside of all my Patreons, inside of all my students. Man or woman, there's a king. There's a king. Get this. Get this, ladies and gentlemen. I'm telling you, you don't get this now, you're going to miss out on all the finished works. You're going to miss out on heaven here on earth. You're going to miss out. All right? So let's help this gentleman right here really fortify his kingdom, create a stronghold so he can impact his employees, his other family members, and really establish what's needed here in the California area. Okay, so let's break down the numbers. Income, $18,000. Expenses, $17,441.75 a month. Total debt, $1 million. I'm being nice. Okay. Cash flow is $500. Okay, I lowballed it a little bit. And we are going to discuss particular debts, and I'm going to discuss some particular debt weapons and opportunities that we can use inside of Velocity Banking to expedite our debt payoff process so that we can lower our overhead really and expenses, so that we can keep more of this $18,000 per month, right? We don't want to be making so much money throughout our life and it just all go to expenses, and then you get the $1 million home and the boat and the this and the that. It takes you your whole life to pay it off, and then when you go to retire, you got to sell the thing and then come to Florida and and live your life. Okay, no, we need to get a little smarter, right? We got to get it more effective with this. So here is our debt weapon, HELOC, home equity line of credit. Here's what he currently owes before even starting on Velocity Banking. We've got $333,000 that we owe, okay? And the monthly payment on that HELOC is $1,389, all right? So here's what we're going to do. Immediately, we're going to make sure that we're dumping all our income into the HELOC and then taking money out to pay bills, all right? And I'm going to display that right over here. Now, as soon as this occurs, he is immediately going to get an increase in cash flow of $1,389 per month. Why? Because when he dumps his income, he satisfies the month's payment for that particular debt. Did you catch that? All right, this is sometimes where people get so confused on, Denzel, why not, just throw extra cash if he makes extra money in his business, different avenues. No, that's stupid. That's stupid. He's gonna be here all his life if all he does is try to use his cash flow to pay off these massive debts. It's not going to happen. Okay, who are we kidding? All right? So this is why we must use this method of dumping in chunks, big amounts, via the income. Because if I dump my whole income, I satisfy that month's payment. Therefore, there's not going to be much interest accruing on that money. And then the longer this money sits in there, the less interest I pay, the faster the balance goes to zero. So let's transition over here. Now, if you noticed, what I did here was I showed $17,941.75 going in. Even though he makes $18K a month, I'm showing a little bit less because I'm accounting for interest costs. Not only that, I also lowballed him over here on the cash flow. So I'm deflating my numbers just to show you how good this strategy really can be at all levels. And I'm going to turn some heads today because this is the first time I'm doing an example of this magnitude of, a bit higher level, right? This concept applies to everyone at all levels. It's not for, just people making average, income. This applies at every level. We're just adding a zero. Just adding a zero. That's it. Adding zeros. So look, here is our money going in. Immediately, as soon as he starts this going, whether it's month of December or November, as soon as he gets this going, boom, 17,000 going in. Immediately brings my balance down to 315.58.25. And then notice the expenses drop. How much? The 1389. Why? Because I'm not paying the HELOC anymore. Do you get it? I'm not actually paying the HELOC. It's no longer a bill because my money has already gone in. So that means less money is going to come out. Catch that. I'm telling you, if you catch that, you're going to be like, got it, Denzel. Let's go. So these expenses are not going to come out all at once, right? Okay, cool. So that means throughout a 30-day period, this is going to come out. In that same 30-day period, what's going to happen? He's going to get paid again, right? So here is me just displaying the months, month by month by month, okay? And what I did is if you count it out, so we go 1, 2, right? Just go by the income. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, we're gonna do this strategy where we dump income in, take expenses out, keep cash flow in, lower the balance on the HELOC, create some equity space, right? Because at the same time that we're dumping our money, guess what? He's still paying his mortgage, okay? He's still paying he's still paying all his other bills. So at the same time that we're paying down the debt rapidly, we're also going to be increasing equity very fast, okay? And there's a reason why I want to do that. So we go 6 months out. Now, let's talk about some tools that we can potentially use to speed this up. Okay, we're going to talk about some tools. Now, I've done some videos on this. I've spoke about it. Okay, life insurance, asset, whole life, infinite banking, become your own banker, privatized banking. Listen. None of me, all of him. Understand this. Look at this gentleman. He's already got it. He's already got it. Before we even spoke, he's got a whole life policy and he's got an IUL. Okay, he's got 2 actually. And he's got a whole life policy. So what I am suggesting to him, sir, I think conservatively, we should pull from our tax-free bank right here. Let's use that to velocitize that money, because when I pull money from my life insurance policy, it's as if I didn't pull the money to begin with, okay? Because the money's going to continue to grow at that guaranteed, interest rate. Meanwhile, I can have that money working for me outside of the policy. It's the whole point of having that thing, okay? So what I did was I said, all right, let me take 20,000 from here and throw it into here, the HELOC, okay? It's going to drop the balance significantly, okay? And immediately, here's what I'm going to do. Is I'm going to take 10,500 and I'm going to pay this credit card so I can increase my cash flow by 295, lower my debt, completely wipe it out, cancel out this interest, okay? Save me a ton of money on interest because I'm no longer paying that 295. And that 295 is going to get what? It's going to get redirected back to this HELOC, hence lowering the balance down that much faster. And this is only 6 months out. I want you to pay attention to how much debt we are rapidly wiping out in a very short period of time. So pay attention, right? So we've got 20,000 going into the HELOC, all right, from the policy, plus the income for that month, okay, drops it down to 305, right? And then I minus 20, okay, from that. And then look, I add 10.5 to wipe out the credit card, increase my cash flow by 295, and then look what happens. My expenses, they go down from 1652.66 down to 1575.66. Okay? Here's where we start to build some momentum. All right? Now, if you're wondering, Denzel, how is he going to pay back the policy if he just took 20,000? Okay, here's what's interesting with life insurance. You can set the payments. You can set the terms on how you want to pay it back. So what I'm thinking is he could use his annual contributions that he's already paying into the policy to pay back the policy itself, or he can allow the interest on 40,000 to pay back the 20. Okay, so he's got some options there, something very unique that he can take advantage of temporarily while we wipe out all this debt. All right, so let's keep going. We're 6 months in, right? And we just did that little maneuver, okay? Which is now, look at my balance, 311, from 333 to 311. You see that? In 6 months. And I also paid from this 10.5 to wipe out a debt, to increase cash flow by 295. You see that? All right, let's go. Keep going. Income in, right? Brings the balance down, expenses out, 309, okay? Month 8, do it again, right? Come up to here, month 9, and then what I did was I went ahead and just fast forward it, because if you just kept doing numbers, okay? Just keep doing it. You write this stuff out, especially for your own numbers. This is why I have you do this. I want to give you the tools to be able to kind of apply this to your numbers. So what I did was I said, okay, if we fast forward out 12 months total, because I can't fit it all on the board, conservatively, his balance on the HELOC will be 298,000. Okay, that's conservatively. If we do this month 12, all right. Now, for this gentleman, I know he's going to be aggressive, which is why I also laid out an aggressive strategy. Okay, so I want to backtrack just a little bit, come back to me from month 6, right? And let's say we pulled 30,000 from the cash value policy, okay, and put it right there. That'll add to my, situation. Will bring the debt balance, another 10K will drop, and another monkey wrench I want to throw into this scenario, because he threw it on me when we were talking. I'm like, whoa, okay, that could be something very unique, very helpful, is we have salary. This is salary income, but he also has business revenue. Okay. Now, as long as he's got the right accountant and a good story, you call it a, owner infusion, or, equity towards the business, let's say, or you're putting a loan. You don't want to do a loan. Just say it, run it as a equity for the business, where he gets this business revenue of 100,000. So he's gonna get 100,000. Boom. He's gonna be coming into this in the next week or two. Okay, we're approaching the end of November 2018. So now we're gonna be entering December. He's gonna come into this money. Instead of that 100K sitting in the business checking account doing nothing, we can potentially flow it through the HELOC and just let it sit in there. Why? Again, interest. I can cut that massively, right? So if I put the 100,000 in there and I let it sit, and then I take the money right back out and put it in the checking account, the business checking, when I need to spend it for business transactions, that's cool. I shouldn't have a problem. So we were like, all right, on the aggressive route, using 30K from the policy in month 6, but then way up here by like month 1 or 2, we are gonna put in 100,000 into the HELOC, and then let's say we withdraw 25,000 per month for 4 months out of the HELOC, right? Along with, the expenses, income going in. All right, I have a separate sheet that he's gonna get, but I just want to lay out kind of what we were thinking, where we can go conservative or we can be very aggressive here, because we need to get this ball going. All right, velocity banking is really supposed to be aggressive. It's an aggressive way of paying down debt, right? But we got to be diligent, disciplined, know what the hell we're doing. So we got this 100,000. Withdraw 25 every 4 months thereafter, December, after doing it. Okay? And then instead of paying off the credit card in the 6th month, we're going to do it in the 2nd or 3rd month. Okay? And then here's the other thing. Now he is an insurance agent as well in California. So, I mean, he's going to have a different type of conversation, because he's in a different class. Okay? So he doesn't have to sell like I have to sell, to people and do education. He's just got to listen. He's just got to present himself, really. Hey, listen, I get it. You make money, I make money. How do we get this kingdom in line? How do we establish this wealth and legacy creation? Tell me, what are your thoughts? He listens. Okay, cool. Here's what I'm doing. It's worked. It's always worked. It's never failed. Let's go. Who are we kidding? That's the type of conversation that he has. It'll be over a cup of coffee, over a nice lunch, maybe dinner, maybe. Typically a nice brunch will kind of close the sale. So I was like thinking, all right, conservatively, this guy sells 3 policies a year, right? So he's running his business, because that's the main thing. Selling 3 policies. I'm not talking, little toy policies, little game. I'm talking big policies like what he has. Okay, that should really expedite not only his income even further, but will also lower down the HELOC balance, because as soon as he sells policies, right, he can run that income through the HELOC. We don't want to let it sit and do nothing. We want to run it. Run the money, take the money out, put it in the business account, boom, pay the expenses. So that's just an idea. And then, like I said, this is a higher tier, higher ball game, different class of people, right? And I was thinking, okay, aggressively, in 12 months, right? So just to recap on the aggressive route, we're pulling 30K from the policy around month 6 or sooner. Okay, that was just, an idea. We're putting in 100,000 by month 2, right around here. And then withdrawing 25 every month thereafter. Along within this 12-month period, sell about 3 policies, okay? Aggressively, we can bring the balance of the HELOC to about 274, even less. I was running some numbers. I was like, I think I can get it down to around 265, right? Now, immediately after 12 months, okay, he would have paid over $103,000 towards debt in a 12-month period. Okay, not bad. To speed that up, would you agree? I've got some space in this HELOC now, right? If my balance is at 270, 265, 275, his credit limit on the HELOC is like 360. Okay, so to expedite the process of paying off debts, we're going to analyze his first mortgage. This is the primary residence, but he also has some properties, some rentals. Okay, so I'm talking to you right now, sir. For you and I'm thinking, instead of attacking the primary residence after wiping out the credit card and bringing the HELOC balance significantly lower, I want to consider your rentals. I want to see how much do we owe on these rentals, right? And potentially, can I pull from this HELOC to maybe wipe out 1 or 2 of the properties, and whatever they cash flow, that's cash flow driving right back to here, lowering my expenses even faster, right? The other option is to evaluate what's the balance on the mortgage after month 12. Okay, and I just wrote something simple right here. Is you and we could simply do 13 to 16K chunks every 6 months from the HELOC to the mortgage. Okay, so if you want to tackle the mortgage, right, like I said, we can mathematically look at the rentals and see how it can work, or we could just tackle the mortgage. And here's how I'm going to do it very, very fast. All right, is my cash flow is going to be 2K plus by now after month 12, right? Because I got 295, the 1389, the 500, and the whole time I've been lowballing you, the whole freaking time, right? In terms of your money going in, right? And then, policy sales, that's a bonus. So I'm not even gonna, really think too much about it. But what I'm assuming here, what we can do is make 13 to 16K chunks from the HELOC every 6 months, okay? And we'll be debt free in 6.5 years or less, meaning I can wipe out both the mortgage and the HELOC in the 6.5 years. C'est la vie, okay? Now, another thing that we could look at is the mechanics of your mortgage. How much is going towards the escrow, the PMI, the homeowner's insurance, all that crap. California tax and the state tax and all that stuff. Let's see if we can cut off those fees from just sitting in the escrow, okay? Because if I can cut that off and let the mortgage lender know, let them know I'll pay it and not you guys, then here's what's interesting. That money becomes cash flow, right? Because it's not going to be money that comes out of your cash necessarily. We're going to be able to funnel it through the HELOC to lower the balance down even further, right? So I know we didn't discuss that, but that came to my mind. I was like, man, let me see if I can strip some money out of there, which would lower the actual mortgage payment without even refinancing, okay? And then I just run the expense through the HELOC. And if the expense is paid on a yearly basis or quarterly, then obviously more money sits in the HELOC for a longer period of time. Hence, I pay even less in interest. Therefore, my timeline becomes shorter. But I know you're happy with 6.5 years. You can't complain about that. $1 million, wipe out 6.5 years. Hey, you know, I'm not Jesus, even though he's inside of me. But, you know, a miracle happens, you make more money in your business, different story. But mathematically, okay, if we follow this, we put the income in, we take the expenses out. We funnel money from cash value, money from business, money from the properties, money from the policy sales. Strategically let the money sit in there for as long as possible to then take it right back out to pay everyone else, to increase cash flow, lower the expenses, build your credit. We could even renegotiate the HELOC of a year from now, or every year we could just go to the bank and, hey, what do you got for me? Lower interest rate, promo, what do you got? Utilize that credit, man. I know you got good credit, whether it's on the business or the personal side. Utilize that. The banks will play. They will play with us. They'll help us out. So I hope that was very clear for you guys. Any questions, comment below. My name is Denzel. This was a video from my West Coast middle class income earners, all right? This is your way to retire and still live in Cali, okay? We don't have to, necessarily move to Texas, buy a $150,000 home after selling the $1.2 million home, right? We could keep the $1.2 million home. We could buy the house in Texas or Florida, have that as the vacation home, and still have the Who am I talking to? Am I talking to anyone? I feel it. I feel the energy. I know I'm gonna get someone real soon who's gonna sign up. They're gonna work with me. All right. Hope this was very clear. Like I said, check me out. Reach out to me. Comment, like this video, share it with someone that you know. Teach people. Share. Once you get this concept, your job is to teach someone else. Okay? If you don't want to teach them, just say, hey, watch this video, all right? This guy, he's serious, all right? He's not here to joke around and yank your chain, all right? It's serious. Let's do some business, all right? Work with me. Check out the description below. See what I have to offer. See the mission that I'm on, helping moms all across the United States, okay? I'm giving so that I may receive the abundance that the kingdom has for me and all my family and all my friends and all the people that I love and all my clients. Thank you so much. Have a blessed day.